Hi, this is a 2008 Winnebago Access. When I turn my key on, I have no power at all up to my panel on here. No lights, no flashing, no nothing on it. So totally dead. If you have flashing lights or anything up in your control panel on here, then this isn't the right video for you. So the first thing I did when I was checking this all out is I took off this panel on here. Checked all the wires up in there that were coming in to see if any of those wires had any power, which they didn't. So my next step was to check the parking brake to make sure that one was working. So up in the dashing here, you have to make sure that your parking brake is on for that control unit. And to check the parking brake switch, all you really have to do is turn on your key and make sure that your brake light is actually working. If your brake light is working on here, it means your switch is good. If the brake light isn't working, then you want to actually check that switch down below. There's only one screw holding it on, and either replace it or check it to make sure there's got good contacts on it. That'd be your next step. Would be go check your fuses and fuse brake boxes. So inside the motorhome, I have the breakers and I have all the fuses on there. In this case in here, I checked all the breakers, turned them off and on to make sure they were all working properly, which in my case they were. And then I went over here, used my indicator here to make sure all the fuses are working. I went through each and every one of them, and in my case, all of these fuses all had power, so that wasn't my issue for having no power at the top control panel. My next step is to figure out where the wiring went. And in this case in here was into the outside compartment where my battery and my relay modules are all kept. So in this particular model of the Winnebago, the relay box, battery modules, and everything are inside this compartment. So there you go there. Battery modes, solenoids, and relays. You have to remove just twist these two handles on each side to get access for the inside. Still inside the same cabinet, I removed the cover where it had the battery mode and solenoid relays on there. And once I come into here, you'll see that all the breakers are in there for the other power units and relays. In this case in here is make sure that those are all set. Just press them, make sure they haven't popped out. If they're all seem to be good, the next step is going to be remove that actual cover out of there so we can get at the module itself. Okay, so once I got everything apart, the inside cover and stuff like that, here's the actual module for the slide out. In this case in here, it is a 2008 Winnebago, the tag on there. The only other number it has was this guy onto here. And once you remove the cover and everything, it has its name on it and the revision of what type of actually one it is. When I tried to purchase this, I had no luck. I did send it out to an electrician, had all the relays and connections tested. I did have power going into it, but again, on this switch in here, power was going in onto our thing on here with the white wire, and then there was actually no power coming out at the here. Like I said, all the relays and everything were checked. The faulty part was the two pieces I couldn't get from Winnebago was your memory board, basically up in here, and this chip in here. Wasn't able to purchase them to fix it. So next thing is I had to buy one. Unfortunately, you can't get this guy, so I did get an updated model. So there's the battery cover in there, and inside when you open it up is you have all your relays and everything. The relay that I replaced it with and found is this power gear. Let's just get it in here. So there it is there. There's your model number that you have on it that you need to replace. So it is all hooked up right now. I have tested it and the slide is now working inside and out. So there you go. That's the one you have to get from Winnebago. Thanks. Also on the top of the board where your pin 1, 2, and 3, you have your 8 pins that plug right into this guy right into here. So again, it's basically plug it in and it's ready to go. So this is a replacement power gear box. There's your part number for Winnebago or the power gear part number on it. Up in here I'll get a better picture of these, but that's where the pins go into there. I'll get a better picture for there, and down below you have your pictures in there. pins, I should say. So on the one side of the box, we have pin 1 and 2. You'll see the hole there between the 1 and 2. When you unplug the one from the main power board, there's going to be a pin that plugs right in there, so you cannot make a mistake with the wiring. It goes into that side there. The opposite side, you have the pins M1, 2, 3, and 4, and you'll see the oval shape one there between pin M1 and M2. Again, when you unplug it from your original board, that wire is only going to plug into that one way. You can't make a mistake on it.